We are now at match point. The next one to win a game will win this matchup and move on to the finals. This is without a doubt the most exciting matchup of this tournament thus far. As we reset the battlefield, our combatants will once again be given a chance to take a breather, rethink their tactics.
Come on, John, you can do it.
As we move into match 3 of this best of 3 series, it seems as though Coltaine has swapped out his shield and magic sword for his trusty old halberd, going for that extra 1 reach so that Sorrow cannot kite him as easily to close the gap between that 1 speed advantage Sorrow has over Coltaine. 6 speed versus 5 speed. Combatants, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Roll initiative.
Get a 9.
Got a 12.
Let's hope that was John getting his bad rolls out of the way now as Coltaine begins in round 1. Fight.
Move here, and move here. Open the door.
Sorrow.
I move around.
Round 2, Coltaine.
Oh, there you are, Sorrow.
That was 6 squares of movement?
That was 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I count.
You're right.
You've moved the full 6, you've seen Sorrow, so you can't take it back now. As Coltaine was heading south, he spotted Sorrow emerging into the central area that she favors. Sorrow.
I'm gonna ready a ray of frost.
Coltaine. Our combatants can actually just see each other now, but they are 14 squares away from each other.
I'm going to move, and I'll open the door.
It appears Coltaine is mirroring tactics that Morgan was conducting in her battle with Sorrow, the one that she in fact lost. Can Coltaine succeed where Morgan failed? Sorrow.
And I ready a ray of frost.
Round 4, Coltaine.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow instead of my halberd.
And in fact, as Coltaine passes here, or this square, yes, Sorrow sees a sliver of him and can take her shot. But that is superior cover? Yeah, let's say superior cover right there.
Alright, it's a 8 versus fortitude.
Complete miss. As Coltaine is taking this battle ranged. That's not Sorrow over, that was an opportunity, a ready action, so it's still, Alright, round 5, Sorrow.
And I'm going to ready a scorching burst.
What is the trigger condition?
The square I see him step in.
Now remind me, what does Scorching Burst do?
It's a burst 1. So, oh, okay, hold on. I'll
that's
ready
fine.
ray of frost.
So wait, hold on. Scorching Burst, I'm looking it up here.
I'll have to center on a square, so I have to guess where he's gonna pop out of, so I'll just ready a ray of frost.
Alternatively, you realize... Do you know how Scorching Burst works?
Well, see, we had a debate over this. If I do it in that square, and he's behind the wall, I thought I don't hit him because I don't technically see him.
What square?
Like, for instance, that square. If he's over there, I thought we established that.
No, you can see this square. You can't target it at this square because there's a wall. You need to have line of effect. So you have line of effect to this square. It goes off here, and then there is no obstacle between that and him. So it would hit him.
Oh, so I thought we established that since I don't have sight of him, that it wouldn't hit. I don't know.
No, I mean it's a bomb basically, right? So you're not really aiming it. It's whether he can dodge the burst, which is exploding here. So I mean, like this will block, right? So like if he'd be, I mean I don't even know. I guess if you launched it there, maybe, yeah. If you launched it here, then it wouldn't make it all the way around. Well, actually, it wouldn't make it anyway. But I mean, I'll look it up real quick if I remember seeing a table on this. No, it should be fine. On page 281, there's a situation where the caster is striking a foe that he cannot actually see, but who is in range of his burst.
Alright. I'll cast it on, if it's possible, that square. Hold on. Is it in range? Is it 10 squares? I'm counting like 8 or something.
Yeah, that's 7 squares.
Alright, well, I'll cast the Scorching Burst on that square. 13 versus reflex.
And we all know that's a miss. So now Coltaine knows he doesn't have to knows he does not have to fear the readied action.
So, Coltaine's going to drop his crossbow, which is a free action, yes, and pull out his halberd. And then he's going to run straight out the door, and then again.
Coltaine has closed the distance. He is now in melee with Sorrow, but he is running, so that means combat advantage. And a -5 penalty to attack rolls, so Sorrow can probably shift away, or rather move away, take the opportunity attack, and likely not be struck, as we move into round 6.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move away.
Still gonna go for it.
Roll it.
19 for 9 damage.
And that strikes Sorrow down to 29. 29 out of 38.
I'm gonna do my Infernal Wrath ability, and takes 8 damage.
But she burns Coltaine right back. He's down to 37 out of 45.
And I'm gonna do a Ray of Frost. That's a 15.
Not enough to hit. Coltaine is up, recovering from his run.
So, Coltaine is going to move up 5. He's going to move 3,
That provokes.
using an action point.
Does Sorrow take her opportunity attack? I see where this is going. Sorrow is precariously close to the edge of the pit.
She won't.
And Coltaine's bull rushing her.
Coltaine seeking to end this battle right here, right now, round 6. Can he do it?
That's an 18.
Versus
What's her
Fortitude, that's a success. Sorrow, roll a save, or you're down the pit and you have lost.
I want to use my Staff of Defense.
Oh! Once again, Sorrow avoiding a hit narrowly.
Can I use my heroic effort on that? Does it counts as an attack roll, yes?
What is the stipulation on heroic effort?
You miss with an attack.
Then
An
yes, you
attack.
can. That brings Coltaine's attack roll up to a 22 versus Sorrow's 20 fortitude. Not enough for her to survive, so it all boils down to that saving throw. 45% chance of this battle ending now, and Coltaine moving on to the grand finals.
I roll an
Coltaine pushes Sorrow down the pit and shoves his way into the grand finals for his chance to win the Drogon crown. This was by far the most exciting of our best of 3 series, of our best of 3 matches in this tournament. Well played by both parties, close games. In the end, a tactical error in positioning that Nick was able to capitalize on due to his experience and due to the fact that the adventure Keep on the Shadowfell essentially trained our players to learn how to push people down pits to take advantage of the battlefield. Well played again. And now Coltaine will be up against either Rekoj or Rhekd.
Damn you, CJ, you made me lose 20 gold.
And you're blaming him after you reluctantly got guilted into doing something you didn't even want to do. Have some backbone, man.
I still blame CJ.
Also, here's a question. John, did you other annoying ability that gives you like +4 to your defense?
You can only take one immediate action per round, anyway.
Ah,
I'm fairly certain about that.
that's good. I didn't want to fight against that stupid flaming sphere again. Good game, John. Good game.
Yeah, good game.
John, you were so close.
Visit the blog at dnd-d.com for exclusive DM commentary on this week's matchup. Don't forget to place your bets on the last semifinals matchup, Rekoj the Goliath Warden versus Rhekd the Dwarven Cleric. Leave a comment here stating who you are betting on and how much you are betting. If this is your first time betting, you have 100 gold pieces to bet with. If you've bet before, your current total is in the text description below. At the end of the tournament, the viewer with the most gold in the bank will have an NPC named after them in the Drogon's second adventure, which will begin right after the tourney. Rekoj vs. Rhekd will be interesting. In order to avoid having Dave play against himself, and thus throw the match, we'll let Dave control Rhekd, and let Doug play his favorite character, Rekoj. Melee defender versus ranged leader. Yeah. This is going to be a tough battle for Rhekd, who just barely survived versus Zook. Rekoj has more hit points than Zook, hits more often than Zook, and deals more damage than Zook. Oh, and more defense than Zook, obviously. He also has his form of Winter's Herald power that will lock down anyone he engages in melee with difficult terrain. The only real edge Rhekd has going for him is the fact that he is being controlled by a veteran player, whereas Rekoj will be controlled by one much newer to the game. It's going to boil down to whether Dave can use tactics that will exploit his own former character's weaknesses. Virtually the only way Rhekd can win is if he can send an overconfident Rekoj down the pit. Ladies and gentlemen, place your bets.